Hey guys! In today's video we're trying out a different format. We're gonna mix two things that I really enjoy doing. Minecraft and learning about and studying old case files for crime, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. So welcome to the first episode of Minecraft True Crime. Like I said, I'm gonna just have like an ongoing survival world that I'm gonna play on, do things while you watch. That I'm gonna be telling you about some unsolved murders, supernatural events, that type of thing. So it's kind of like I don't even know what it's like. I just thought it'd be fun to do something like this. Without further ado, let's get into this. So, the case I'll be talking about today is the one surrounding Trey Eric Seltzer, better known online as Mr. Anime. This case is really weird and bizarre to me because it happened so recently. Like, we're talking 2012 and this man was a YouTuber. Huh? What? Yeah. So, anyways, let's burst right into this. It's gonna not be a case study because I don't want to bore you too much because I can be boring if I go on a rant. More of a case overview. I did my best to research and I didn't go into like too much detail, but it's like a case overview. So, not much is known about Trey's childhood. He grew up in a small town in Texas with his mother, father, and younger brother. He was born August 3rd, 1989. From what I saw, he had a very regular childhood. Nothing really to point that someday he'd murder his entire family. So that's what this dude does. That's what we'll be talking about. Trigger warning for that. Also, trigger warning for alcohol abuse. Just to let you know. Okay. So, his growing up was very regular. His dad was a teacher, a beloved teacher from what I could find. Everybody really liked him at the local, like one of the local schools. And I couldn't find anything that what his mother did for a career. But yeah, sure, she had a pretty decent 9-to-5 normal job, right? In 2006, like many other young people, Trey decided, let's launch a YouTube channel. Originally it was called Let's Cat Productions, that later changed to Mr. Anime, and it started off with fun comedy skits, which were very common at the time, looking back on the early days of YouTube. Like, for example, Smosh, Wasabi Productions, just to name two of them, like the two big ones that a lot of people, at least my age, know, right? But there was one thing that set him apart, and that was his use of violence and weapons in his videos. Yeah. He had videos like how to make a gunshot wound, and he always had guns in his videos, and that's kind of terrifying that this kid, he was 20 at the time, I shouldn't call him a kid, this dude had access to that many firearms legally. I'm pretty sure he had it was, anyways. After this phase of his channel was finished, he changed his name to Mr. Anime and became very, very well known in that community, in the anime subculture online that we see today. And actually, it's said that he has inspired a lot of the big names, big creators that are in that version, that side of YouTube, which is cool, kind of crazy considering what he did. Last year, 2020, his channel was terminated, but as the videos, from the clips that I could see, as the videos went on, he started kind of see the downward spiral that his mental health is taken. So Trey, like I said earlier, there's trigger warning for alcohol abuse. Trey struggled with alcohol abuse, and it's very visible. That I've seen that he wasn't all there in a lot of the clips, which is sad that he was not able to get the help that he needed when he needed to get the help. So around this time, timeline gets a little fuzzy. I couldn't find exact dates on anything, but sometime in 2011, Trey was diagnosed with a form of pneumothorax. It was also this time Trey became obsessed with serial killers. not like how you and I are interested in learning about these things, so like stuff like that doesn't happen. He became obsessed. When researching this case, I came across a very intriguing analogy, and it was said in one of the comments of like the case studies that I was watching. Right, there's a difference. So it goes. There's a difference between craving coffee every time in the morning, or getting hammered on energy drinks during a long road trip. So, Trey was not researching serial killers, but trying to emulate them and be them. It's a very subtle line there, but my man did cross it. By far, he found himself ranking serial killers. Not so different how he ranked animes online. And on top of that, he'd get fucking hammered. He'd go drive around his hometown. Later, he'd shoot horses, cows, and even his own pets. That was like a really hard thing for me to read. Okay. In February of 2012, he announced he'd be taking a 2-week break, celebrating getting out of the hospital. At the end of this break, he announced that he had found a new job in the film field that he finds very intriguing on a video titled Mr. Anime's New Job that went up on March 13th, 2012. I think you see where this is going. On March 20th, 2012, Trey decided to finally do the deed. After months of studying and ranking serial killers and realizing how they could all improve their, I guess, crimes, he drove to his family's home in the car that his parents gifted to him. When he pulled into the driveway, he called his mother out into the garage, saying he wanted to show her something. This is where it gets a little dark. And proceeded to shoot her a total of 4 times, killing her. He entered the house only to meet his brother, who had woken up after hearing the shots in the garage. Trey shot him, but didn't instantly kill him, and he dragged himself and locked himself in the bathroom, where he sat hearing everything that was going on outside the door. Trey went to his parents' bedroom, shot his father in the head, instantly killing him, then went to his brother and shot the door until he eventually shut off the lock and shot and killed his brother. After this, he went around and shot all 3 victims in his head to quote unquote, big air quotes around that, put them under their misery. And then after doing this, he completely trashed the house. And when I say trashed it, I mean my man's wrecked the entire house. Shot TVs, doors, wrote all over the walls, things like, why'd I do this? I love my family. When it comes to crime scenes, it's normal for the room where the murder took place and the area that it happened to be trashed, but for a whole fucking house? Yeah. Like, when I mean the whole house, I mean like basement, attic type beat, like everything in between that. Anyways, after he trashed the house, he made his way back to the garage where his mother was laying and slept next to her. I think that was, my mind immediately goes to guilt or like a thing of comfort, but like I can't really put my, like, you know, this. So while researching and observing the murders, Trey also decided that he was going to plan the perfect public mass shooting, and he wanted to kill over 70 people, making it the biggest U.S. Shooting in history, and it was going to go down at his old high school. So the morning after the murder, he loaded up his car with a shit ton of ammo and a couple of guns and was off. Once he got to the school, he sat in the parking lot, but luckily, I guess, couldn't bring himself to do it. The police, after getting a call from a concerned family member, came to the house and saw all the writing on the walls, and it was pretty instantly known that Trey did this. So they caught him. He was in custody. He told the police that he wanted to kill his family because he didn't want them to live with the consequences of his actions. But during that interview, he changed his story, and in the end, Trey was charged with life in prison and requested his chances of parole be taken away because he thought he'd be a danger to himself and others. Okay, that's very basic overview of the case. Wow, I don't know what surprised me the most about, to be honest. Probably I think what's interesting, the most interesting, and made me want to review this for my first Minecraft True Crime. Not review it, that sounds really bad. What made me want to summarize this case and talk about it is probably the fact that he was a YouTuber. And he has a very similar upbringing to a lot of people. And just like, I think this is a really good example of untreated mental health issues, because like there were different issues like over the years, and he had a psychiatrist and everything, and I glossed over that because it wasn't like important to the overarching, you know. But yeah, I think that wraps up the summary. I hope you guys enjoyed this new format. I really don't know. I'd love to hear what you think about it. I want to do more videos like this in the future because this is something that's interesting to me. Anyways, this is Lark signing off for this week. Also, P.S. Please do not rate serial killers, because that is in fact an unhealthy obsession and could lead to greater things. And if you're having thoughts similar to Trey, please seek help before it becomes too late. Anyways, all my links that I used to research this episode, including videos I watched, will be in the description. Okay, peace and love. Bye!